Hey everybody, Jennifer McCulloch with Century 21 High Desert. I hope you guys are having an awesome evening. I don't have my glass of wine tonight because I have to go pick my sweet little niece up here soon, and I'm taking her to a concert, so I'm super excited about that. Anyway, so no wine, but hopefully maybe you have some wine, and I just wanted to bring my monthly book recommendation to you all. So I'm really excited about this book. This is like one of my absolute hands down favorites. It's like a continual go-to. In fact, I have a friend who I had lent it to a while ago, and she was just telling me how she's already read it like 3 times, and I love that. Anyway, it's such a great book. Okay, so you've probably heard of it, maybe not. If you haven't, you have to read it. It's called The Energy Bus. So here's a picture of it. It's by John Gordon, who writes a ton of books, and he's incredible, but and I've read a lot of his books, but this is probably hands down my favorite. The thing that I love so much about this book is first of all, it's written as like a storybook. It's written as a story about a guy going through a lot in his life with work and home and everything, just kind of, he's just like a big Debbie Downer and the world sucks. And how through a series of events, he meets these people who give him these 10 principles to follow in life, and how amazingly when you implement small baby steps within a short amount of time, you can literally turn your life around. We have so much power, you guys. There's so much power in what we can control. So a couple things about this book. Like I said, it's 10 rules to fuel your life, and it's just small, simple baby steps. Walks of gratitude is one of them. Every day, just when we're having a bad day and everything's negative, sitting and taking a walk for 5 minutes and thinking about nothing but all the things that we have to be grateful for. It's so small. It's so small and so simple, and yet, gosh, it's life-changing, especially when you create that as a habit every day. It's one of the biggest things that this book teaches you is that we all have we're like a bus. We're in charge of our bus. We get to decide where it goes, who gets on it, who we allow on it, who we allow to participate in it, where we're driving that bus, where we're not. We have the power, and it's all within our control. And I realize, we all have adversity, 100%. Nobody gets through this life totally unscathed. But this book really provides a lot of great tools for having consistent positivity, and not in the I'm just going to say positive things all the time. I mean, that doesn't work. We've got to create purpose, and we've got to create habits, and all of these things compound. And if we surround ourselves with people who are negative all the time, in the book they call them energy vampires. I love it. It's who are those energy vampires in your life that you don't need to surround yourself with? And I realize sometimes we don't have a choice with coworkers or family members, but we do to some extent, and we can learn to set specific boundaries and to say, this is what I'm going to allow to be a part of my life and impact my life in small ways. So I absolutely love this book. It's a super simple, easy read. It's a fun read. And the other really cool thing is they have a kids version. So if you have a child, you can pick up the kids version. It's basically the same concept, but just, geared more towards children. I bought that book for my niece when she was 10, and I don't know if she still has it. I'll have to ask her about it and see if she remembers. I think she probably does. But anyway, it's a great book. So you can get it on Amazon. You can buy it through, again, I bought this one hard copy. I actually think I have 3 copies of this book. So I would love to give one away. And if you're interested in it, maybe send me a message and I'll send something your way maybe. I would love to give it away. It's such a great book, and like I said, a continual go-to. So The Energy Bus by John Gordon. Remember, you are in control of your bus and who gets on, and I would just love for you to have some great principles in your life that you can follow, because again, none of us can get through this unscathed and alone, and hopefully I'm just here to help share the things that I have learned. This was a book that really impacted my life. You know, this is the thing, is I read books, but I don't just read them. Like, I try to actually implement one or two things that I gain from each book on a regular basis. And again, guys, I'm not perfect at it. You could ask my husband. I mean, I have my moments where I'm super negative. But books like this, if I'm constantly reading or kind of taking a step back when things aren't going great and reevaluating, I can remember, you know, these principles and things that I learned along the way. So I just wanted to share that with you. I wish I could say cheers and enjoy a glass of wine with you all, but next time we'll have some wine while we're talking books. But anyway, I love you all, and I hope this is a great resource for you, and happy reading.